stream. My name is Lauren and I'm on the DevRel team at Vonage, and you're watching my series, Lauren Learns Things on Vonage Devs. This is a series in which I learn things from my colleagues and friends and share that experience live with you all here. Today, joining me is my friend and colleague. Let me turn on your mics a bit in case you want to say anything. His name is Luke. He is a developer educator, which means he writes technical content, and he's in his second year at Vantage. He's a big fan of Node.js and championing the Jamstack platforms, as well as open source communities. I'm a big fan of his personally. I'm lucky enough to get to work with him every single day on the dev education team. Luke, Oliff, welcome to the stream.
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Great. I'm grand. What are we building today?
Today, we're going to be building a Slack clone using Vue. So this is the first part in a multi-part series. The number of parts is to be determined.
Ooh.
We are still thinking of features. We have loads to do.
How many do you have so far in your parts of your roadmap?
I think we could do 8 parts.
Ooh, that's awesome. That's really cool. So actually I have your tutorial pulled up already, and it is the building the Slack clone using Vue.js. So what I'm going to do is grab this and move it to the chat. Hello, chat and folks that are viewing. Welcome to the stream today. Hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. It seems like I want a Slack bot that builds other Slack bots. Ooh, yes, I get that. Hi, Greg. Welcome. DevRel, Dev Education. Here we are. You're quite chatterful today, Luke.
Sorry.
No,
sorry. I was just reading my own article.
Oh, were you just skimming, perusing? How great.
I'm just having a quick skim.
Okay, cool. And then I thought maybe what I should also, DevRel Education, represent, here we are. I'm going to put this also in the chat because this is, if someone wanted to, quick reminder. What is Aaron going to say? I'm terrified of what you're going to say. Okay. Then this is what I just posted is the, that's the, if you want to clone the repo yourself. Rereading his article. Oh, just a quick reminder. I see. Okay. Yeah. He's just double checking what he read, or wrote. I don't know. Interesting. Interesting that what's happening here? This double header. Is this supposed to look like that?
It is, yeah. One is the original title from our post.
Oh, right.
And the other one is the part 1 title.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right. Well, I'm excited to dive deep into this today and to build it with you. Why did you decide to write this tutorial? What's the story here?
So we have a client SDK, which wraps our Conversation API, which provides us the ability to chain conversations. I originally joined as the client SDK advocate for JavaScript, and one of the first things I thought of doing was building like a more involved, a more featureful chat application. And Slack being something we used every day at work. Yeah, it's kind of the natural pull to build that. And now I'm in education and we want to show off more of our products. I get more time to write this sort of thing. So yeah. We have my choice.
We have such a cool job where we get to play with our products and then help other people do so as well by writing tutorials like this. And streaming and talking to the world about doing it also. That's cool. I forget that you were doing that client SDK work before you joined the dev ed team, which I'm glad you did. All right, so where would you like me to start to get going with this?
Okay, so the whole idea of this article is to start from a complete blank folder. So I'm assuming you have a project folder ready to go.
I do, and I literally, there's nothing in it. Yeah, it's empty.
It's excellent.
Sweet.
I'm
very good at following rules.
There are some prerequisites like Node the Nexmo Vonage CLI.
Okay. So if, all right, I'm looking at your tutorial right now. So let's just double check that I'm sure. Yeah, I'll follow your instructions and double check my versions though. I have 10. Is that all right?
That's fine. Yeah. I should probably update mine.
Oh yeah, you've got 8.
8.
It's okay. Maybe in the next one you will. NPM and 6. Okay. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's all good.
And then the next piece is to install the client, I'll pop over to the tutorial, is to install the Nexmo CLI beta. And
that's right.
So tell me about the beta piece of that.
Good. Beta includes the new way of creating applications and some more features of the Conversation API, I believe.
Yeah, no, yeah, actually, sorry, I didn't mean it as a quiz. I nailed it. Our messages API, our Conversations API. Is it in beta? Is it?
It's not.
No, but we're using, I see. So, okay. Yeah, so we have, let's see, we'll double check what we have. You told me to double check that the version is 0.49 beta 3. Yep, cool. Great. So we have that. And then back to your tutorial, you want me to put in my API key and secret. So obviously I'm not going to show you all that, but where you would find that, my key and secret are always in that dashboard .nexmo.com and the getting started. So I'll even pop this into the channel if someone wants to, if they're following along, to get API key and secret. Cool. I'm gonna keep that open as I put in my API key and secret right now. So Nexmo setup, key and secret. How's your Tuesday going, Luke?
Good. Yeah, been hacking all day.
Yes, today is a day. I'm kind of grabbing him midway through, inappropriately through. We're having a hack week right now, and so we're not supposed to be working on anything else. And then I said, Luke, will you please join me
That's fun.
this tutorial? So I appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's fun to be kind of building out other things beyond what we normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now what's this piece?
So next is the Express and Vue CLIs. They both include generators for their respective parts of the application.
Okay.
We're building the app in Vue, but there are some backend elements. So the whole thing will eventually be served through Express.
And so the Express generator is one. I usually just install Express. So why that like Express generator one?
The layout of the app that it generates is better than like a single index.js file. It gives you like a bin directory with a www file, and that's like your environment configuration. And then the app.js that it generates, which is included by the www file, that has the app configuration. So it like separates those two things. So if you were to configure like Mongo on your app, you'd put it in www, and then your app would be able to access it later on.
Okay, I might use that for future. That's nice to know. That's awesome. Aaron wants to know what you're hacking on while I'm not stealing you away from your hack.
I rebuilt the Slack bot called Guys bot that's straight out of the box because the APIs in Slack changed and the original contributor didn't have time to repair it. Mm-hmm. I didn't know much about BotKit, which it was originally built on, so I just built it using the Slack API SDKs, and it was quite straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I love that you're building that and working on it to, it's in theory to alert someone if they're, say the word guys in a Slack conversation. Is that it?
Yeah, some teams are more sensitive about the use of guys, can be offensive to people in those teams.
Yeah.
So the idea of the Slack bot, as opposed to the built-in Slack bot autoresponders, which are just a message in the channel, can be quite shaming, and
publicly.
Not everyone does it deliberately or maliciously. So the idea of this custom bot is it's an ephemeral message, so only you can see the response. It's quite a subtle way of doing it.
Right, and a nice way to almost like offering a learning opportunity is a way.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's cool. Cool. I'm really happy you're doing that. Thank you for building that. And Greg, you're building something really cool too. I'll share in the chat, hopefully, what he's working on also. Okay, so let's see. I have Vue. I'm trying to scroll through my stream. That doesn't work. Okay. Ooh, we're building it from scratch. So we get to we're going to add something to our folder now, or create a folder at the very least.
Yeah. Finally get around to the code now.
Yeah. Oh wait, I am in the folder. Okay, so I've created that folder. I'm in it, and now we are going to generate an Express server. Cool. Talk to me about all these extra pieces that I'm adding to my Express.
So where are we?
You can see the code in our live share, right?
Create a project server. Yeah. I should be looking at that, shouldn't I?
No, I mean, I'm just double checking because I think everyone saw me use live share a couple weeks ago, and it's just so helpful. But yeah, force and then period. So we need to build that or run that.
Yes, that's it. That's right. Yeah. So all those options that you just used there. Sorry, I just realized what you were asking. All those options that you're using there are the Git means it gives you a Git ignore file. That's if you're planning to use a version control system. It means you can't accidentally commit your environment file, which we use later on, along with keeping your node modules directory, which everyone knows can be numerous in subfolders. It gives you no view as well. So it means it doesn't configure it with like a view engine. I think it comes with Pug or ES handlebars, one of them as standard out of the box. So it doesn't include any of those dependencies. It just gives you something plain. It's much more suited to start that way if you're going to be building an API, because it just uses like some standard rendering otherwise.
Cool. So these are all the things that were generated by running that Express command. And so now I'm installing it, and hopefully we'll go pretty quickly. I mean, I think I need to pause and celebrate. I shouldn't even like jinx myself right now, but the stream hasn't dropped yet, and we're 15 minutes in, and that feels like a win from last week. So yeah, I'm feeling that should be good. Okay, great. Phenomenal. Look at what we have then. So we now have, great.
So if you npm start, then you'll be able to see the out of the box implementation of that install working.
Out of the box. What is that song? Oh, you probably wouldn't. I bet it's from American TV. I bet from like growing up. Ooh, what is that song? Sorry. Anyway, where did that go to? It's running locally. Should I browser?
Localhost 3000.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think.
Let's go to browser. No, not that. Out of the box. Out of the box. Oh yeah, Greg is building a befriending phone service. Oh, I love that. To connect people together randomly on the phone so they can have friends and talk to each other during this time. So nice. So nice. Oh, look, our Express server worked. Okay, fabulous. Shoot, I should be like more excited. My bad. Okay, so that means back to here. That means we've got that going. Oh, you told me there to check that. Okay. Ooh, some controllers. Shall we do that?
Yes. So the first thing we're going to add. So,
do you want me to kill my server? Yeah.
Step 2 before step 1. So the Vue client is going to first, before it renders anything, before it does anything, it's always going to check that the server is available to do stuff with. So Express is going to serve Vue. Vue's always going to check it's available. So we're going to set up this like mock status OK endpoint for it to always check against.
This is what I was singing. Wait, hold on. You can't see it. It's too small. Wait, I'm sorry. We have to. This is. Oh my gosh, Noreen, thank you so much. Okay, got it. How do we put. I don't know if it'll play over. I can't hear it, but maybe you guys can because it's on. I don't have that, but I'm gonna listen to it afterwards. I think it goes out of the box, but I could be very wrong. Thank you so much, Disney Play. Okay, thank you everyone for knowing exactly what I'm talking about, so that he doesn't think I'm mad. Okay, so let's see. Back to what we're working on. Should I turn this off before I make my controllers? Yeah.
Yes, there's a step in a little while to install Node daemon, so we don't have to keep starting and stopping the Node server.
I like using that too. All right, so let's do that. Then we would need to make a server in there.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's do it out of the box. Okay, server.
So one of the things Express does is give you routes that just respond straight away, coming from like a back-end.
Fabulous.
Most of my experience is back-end development.
Yeah.
MVC was much more like prevalent with what I was doing, so I try and lean towards MVC whenever I do like Express stuff. So the router hits the controller returns JSON if it's just an API, or I have a separate or does stuff with the separate views inside the controller. So the routers are just for routing.
Okay. Cool. So then back to the browser, you want me to open up what we just created and put that in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will do that because that is what the tutorial said to do. Do. Okay. All right. Sweet. I think that's a great idea. I follow much. Quite interesting. Yeah, how to do it with Python. I agree. That was a really good stream last night that Nina did. Okay, cool. So now into these routes, you want me to make a server.js in there also?
Yes,
okay.
That's right.
Oh, I guess I could just do what you do and say touch routes server.js. Cool. And then in there, we add this piece. And so what's this piece do?
Hold on.
The route server bit. Oh, you're in there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
sorry, I wasn't showing
sticking a prefix on the beginning of the route for status, and then it's just returning the server controller status function.
Great. Awesome.
It's quite straightforward.
Yeah.
What this would look like if you had lots of server methods that were like get and post and delete and patch and all the other things, then this would just look like a long list of routes with all their corresponding methods. That's how I lay out the routing anyway. It's always quite a lot neater.
Okay. And so then opening up app.js, you ask us to pull in, to delete some and to add this line, app.use for app server or this API server.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So let's go over to the So instead of this line 18, do I replace it essentially with this?
That's it.
Okay. And then it keeps pulling it up. And then get rid of index router. These two?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you can remove line 6 and 7. So I leave all the express static stuff in for now, because there's a part in part 2 that will cover all the production stuff.
Sweet. Okay, neat. So then go ahead and delete routes, index, and users files. Okay, cool. I love deleting routes, index, delete. And then server we just made, so users. Out of the box. Do you ever have that feeling where you get a song stuck in your head and you have to listen to something else or something because then you can't stop singing it? But I can't do that right now.
Yeah, I've not had it for a while until you kept singing it.
Well, yeah, I get that. Okay. So let's see. Is router more of an American way of saying router an English saying? Routes.
I say roots.
You say roots. Wait. So I'm saying
a router, or that's spelt the same. It's like a mechanical thing which routes, I think.
I think that we call that a router. I don't know because I'm not. No, I think I'm right. I mean, actually, I am kind of like, I know things because look at this cool toolbox I have. I'm actually turning it into a bar cart. I just spray painted the inside gold, but this proves that I know things about that. Oh, it's really okay. Let's see. Route like ouch. Route. Ow. Yeah. Long. So
roots like ouch.
Root
doesn't make sense.
Okay, so back to your we're gonna start it up again. Is that what you like? npm start?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, the URL's slightly different now. You can still hit the root URL, and it will still give you the index response as well.
Rats. I hit an error. Okay, something in my terminal, I just ran start, and it says that index router is not defined. Index router. Did I need to define that somewhere?
Index.
The only route or file.
Yeah, we've removed one too many. That's my
sorry.
I need to update the blog post. That's fine.
It's okay.
Undo.
So what do I
Command Z.
From deleting the file?
No, the files are all okay. So one of the lines you removed in app.js, which is var index router equals require roots index. You still need that.
We do need that. Okay, so that was right.
That's a shame.
It's okay. That's why we do these things.
Yeah.
So index. I now really am in my head about calling it a router, but I think because English is what always is logical with pronunciation. So ridiculous. Okay, so should I try it again now, maybe?
Yes.
Oh man. Now it's saying routes index cannot find.
Oh, because we delete the file. I'm going to go check my demo app.
So should I go look at your demo app too? You deleted that file. I know, I remember. I remember deleting it. Can I grab it from your GitHub maybe? Version? It would be...
Well...
Git checker.
Yeah, it's definitely removed in mine, but my code is at the end of the guide, so those roots do get removed later on. I think we need to add that root back in, which is a shame.
Okay. So git checkout and then run the difference or something like that.
Did we commit it?
No.
So we won't have that.
That won't be there.
Okay.
So that's okay. Let's make a new git checkout path to file. Is that right? That works? All right. Wait.
No, only if I think you have the history of that file. Well,
okay, so
Visual Studio Code might have a local history.
Yeah. Do a git status. Okay, yeah. Oop. Womp womp. You have not cloned. Oh, have you not? No, we're starting from scratch. That was the point of of this. So let's hey, thanks for these both were valid thoughts and ideas. We need to create that route, right? That's what we need to do. And
I can do that.
What was that? It was called index. No, was it index.js or was it the? Let's see what my error was. Yeah, index. Now,
I can send you that.
Probably needs something in there. Where are you going to send it?
I can put it in the stream comments.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like, you could Slack it to me too, in our secret back channel. Does anyone have any recommendations?
Oh, let's not put it there. That's terrible there. There you go. I'll put it in Slack.
I bet I can make that work. I bet I can make that work. Does anyone have any recommendations for songs to get stuck in my head? Oh, wait, shoot. Oh, that looked okay. Look. That came out fine.
Oh, so it did.
Yeah, it did. It had a break or something. Yeah, it did. Okay, so is that all that needs to be in there? That index.js file?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. So let's run a start again. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, the song that, what's trending on TikTok right now? Well, do you know what song just came in my head? Was, aw, you sucker MCs ain't got nothing on me. If you can name that movie, you are my best friend. I bet you. But we can still be best friends if you can't. All right, so let's open that up. And it's the same on our server.
It should do.
Is that fine?
You need to go to a different route now.
Oh, okay. Kevin! Yes, Noreen!
We're getting somewhere.
Yes. Gosh, I knew I loved this dev education team. Okay. What route would you, or what URL would you like me to go to?
Route.
I know, this is a battle.
// API /server/status.
I'm a mathlete, so nerd is preferred. Shaken, not stirred. Okay. Status okay. Fabulous. Fabulous.
Excellent.
Okay. That was fun.
So,
all right. And I'm kind of sweaty. Oh yeah, you say to go there, don't you? All right. We need to create a client.
Yes. So Vue has its generator, which we installed, and just kind of run Vue create client.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to create a client folder with a basic Vue app inside it.
Sick. I have never done this before, I actually have never developed in Vue before, so this will be my first time.
I think generators are great. I think they're so helpful. They give you quite a nice, almost production-ready small app to start with.
Do you want default? Does that look good to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I just set default everything.
And then Yarn. I'd like to use
what
NPM.
CLI? But did you install CLI?
Yeah, I thought so.
Or did you already have it installed?
Yeah, I thought I did. But maybe I didn't use it. So maybe this is, I have to do it because I've never, let's just see.
Yeah, just all the defaults is fine.
I'm an athlete. So nerd is preferred. Shaken, not stirred. Oh, it's great. It's from Mean Girls, in case to really build out that long build up. It's gonna take a while too.
I've not seen that film. I'm probably gonna take that to abuse for not seeing it.
That's Well, now we get to have a dev education movie night.
Film day. Yeah.
Movie night. You've not seen. He has not. Okay, so someone put in the chat. Did you put? Is this? Is it? I really hope it is what I'm thinking it is.
I've not seen Mean Girls. No.
Suck at him. See, you think I'm nothing on me.
It wasn't a popular film here.
It wasn't? Oh, it's disappointing to hear.
For my generation.
Yes, this is it. He's all right. I can't hear it. So this is, oh my gosh. Yes, it was, he says. Okay. So, all right. I did not have it open on the screen. I need to get better at toggling image or what you all can see. This is Kevin Kapoor. Okay, just give it a watch. Highly recommend. Okay, back over to the code. Still loading. It's a classic. We're old, Luke, says Greg. No, that's not it. Has anyone checked the YouTube? Is that working? I'm almost curious to see.
Is YouTube working?
The YouTube
stream. GitHub was down earlier, so.
I don't know if it is. I don't know. We're trying to stream live on Twitch and YouTube. So
yeah, I probably shouldn't open it.
Yeah. Let's just hope. Hoping and wishing. Okay. It is still.
Is it?
Oh,
really?
It's just working. This might take a while. Ooh, error.
So that should be okay. So there are certain instances where if it fails, then it does some stuff afterwards, and it builds it from scratch, I think.
Cool.
It's doing a lot.
Yeah, it is.
I don't remember it taking this long.
It might be because I've never used Vue before. My computer is really having some troubles right now. I'm not sure if it's affecting this.
Mine's spinning up just watching.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the stream is also having troubles. I hope not, but it's moving very slowly. Yes, you are live on YouTube. Thank you. What's the YouTube account name? It is Vonage Dev. Please do not call out the inconsistency in our names because it keeps me up at night.
What inconsistency? Do you mean
I do mean that.
I don't know who would have been silly enough.
I don't know either. I hear she's nice though. That's why it gets funny. All right, so
it's still going.
It's still going. That's okay. Next up, we're going to go through. We're going to move into it. We're going to run the server.
Standalone. Yeah, free.
Okay.
And just serve.
Yeah.
There's a load of standard Webpack config for Vue.
Okay, fabulous.
Generates it, which I'm scared to try and just leave it. And I think Vue lets you inject changes to Webpack, whereas in React, when it's all when you or create a React app, you have to configure it. I don't think you can configure it. You had to eject it, and you got like this massive Webpack config. It was quite scary. Yeah, much more.
So yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it thus far. So now we have that client, bada bing, bada boom. It has its own bits of fun. Okay, so we're starting our development server, and over here, then we can open up localhost 8080, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What is important later.
Oh, it's only 11%. That's okay. 40. Like watching a countdown. Okay, cool. Yes, I think it's perfectly consistent with Vonage Dev and Vonage Devs. I agree, everyone. But maybe someday this channel will be Vonage Dev also. Who knows? Can I direct everyone's attention to our coupon code that we have for the month? Oh, hey, look. Okay, now we have our Vue app is up. Awesome. Okay. So let's see. So now we have that there, and we're going to bring on our old friend Nodamom. And I always want to call it Nodamom, but that's not the word. I don't know. I just really struggle to remember like what it's called. But okay, so I'm gonna.
So it's supposed to be for Node Mod, right? But
Node daemon. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Node daemon always, because like daemon's like a service it's running.
Right.
That's what I thought. Apparently I was wrong.
I don't know. Nodamom is just not correct, is what I know. All I know. Oh, I'm over in my code, by the way, doing that. Okay, installing. Yep. Oh, I'm in. Yeah. Right. I like that. I like that idea a lot. And then next, we are going to open up the package JSON file in the outside, or in the larger directory, wider directory, I suppose. Yeah. No. Nodamom. Okay, I see it. So in our code, we're going to write. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste that. Open. Okay, cool. Above that. Uh-oh, failed to save to package the content. Oh, that's because I was writing into it when I shouldn't have been. Oh, right. Okay, so shoot, now that didn't go in there. Dang it. Because I was writing it. So the Nodamom should show up right here. Dang it. Why'd I do that? What? Well, I got a, yeah, because if you look at the dependencies, it's not in there. It was because I was editing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's close that file. All right. So now it's doing it again. Okay. I can't talk about it. I have a messed up environment, and it just keeps falling to the bottom of my to-do list to fix it. But I just am hoping people don't notice. No, I deserve to be called out. If only you knew. It's like, I need to, maybe that should be my hack this. No, Noreen and I are building cool.
You put your project directory.
It's because my permissions are off on my computer, on my like entire machine. So that's the problem. I know. I honestly, like, I'm very close to doing that.
Easy. Just a weekend.
Okay, cool. So it's in there now, and we have the for the script, for the dev, and so it gives me the fear. No. I know. It really winds you up, but I agree. You are not wrong. Okay, I keep getting these notifications in live share, and it says, Luke focused your attention. Does that mean you're trying to get me back to pay attention to something? Is that funny?
No, I'm just trying to...
No, I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Mom should be in dev dependencies as well, by the way. It is.
I can't see anything in there on live share.
Oh, you can't. You can't see those little pop-ups that I get. They're secret to me. Oh, really?
No, I can't see any dev dependencies.
Interesting. Then I might be messing this up. Okay, well, we'll know really quickly because I have to install concurrently. Concurrently means that we're then able to run things together. Okay, do I have concurrently? Literally the definition. Don't use the word in the definition though. Okay, wait. Do I need to stop running this server right now too? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, installing concurrently, and then we will add the line right here that you have there. I'll copy that, and once that's done, I will add that in there, and then we will be able to run kill all others npm server. Oh, smart. That's very smart. Can I add them both at the same time? Yeah, why not? You just were explaining them both separately, which is nice for the reader. God.
That's right.
It is warm in my apartment. Okay. And then we get to run dev, and then 8080, and then 3000, 3000, I mean, run at the same moment, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Did your son get down to bedtime correct on its own?
I'm assuming he's asleep. Yeah.
That's a win.
He's pretty tired. We've had a really nice day here, so
good.
He's been running up and down the deck.
Nice.
Pretty much all day. We have a little he just ends up splashing in all day.
What's a water
Just
table?
another.
Like a fun...
But you fill it full of water, and it's got like water wheels and like a little ball chute.
That's
but it's on legs,
lovely.
so he's not on the ground with it all. He doesn't end up climbing in it, which is good.
Yeah.
Like, he tries, but hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Why are you using sudo?
Stop it. Stop it. What am I talking about? What am I asking right now? Oh, nothing. So I'm now going to add these to the scripts, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So then you can do npm run dev, and it will run both the server at the same time.
Right. npm run dev. Let's do it. npm run dev. And then if we open up both of our browsers, we should be able to see this. Hello. Ta-da. I mean, it's starting the development server.
The what?
It's taking a moment. That's okay. It's too much effort reworking the permissions. Could just format and try. Yeah, that's exactly what I think I'm gonna do. Greg, yeah, that feels like exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, some interesting things are happening.
777 because you're entitled disk. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, cool. Looks like we are back in business. Yes. Ta-da! Okay, we've got concurrently working. That feels great. Back over to the tutorial. We have. It's time to make requests. No, it's not. It's to configure the proxy.
Yeah. So you're going to create a
Vue config.js.
Modify the Vue config.
So when you say that,
you're going
is
to
there
modify Vue
already
config
one in there?
For the Vue application. So the things that surprise me, one of the things that catches me out a lot actually with anything that uses Webpack is that it's set up to with like an awareness of a load of config files which could be used. Like Nuxt has a config, like Nuxt config, Vue config. There's loads of them, and it always catches me out. It's like, add this to your config file, and it never tells you what the file name is. So now I read a guide like 8 times, and then someone in the comments will say, "Where's the config?" And they reply, "Oh, Vue.config." Great. So Vue's docs are a little bit better though, you just create a new Vue config file, and next time Webpack runs, it picks up that configuration on either build or dev. Include. So anything that hits /API the Vue application will get proxied to the URL.
Okay. So we're in there, and then we're gonna put this in here. And this in here. Which is when I say this, I mean the code that you are into the proxy. Cool. Yep. Sweet. Okay. So the module is now cool. Nice. And so that is telling when running dev server that any routes matching /API should go to 3000. Okay. Cool.
That's right. Yeah. There'll be express post view. So express routing will catch the API endpoints before it fails over, and then everything else goes to Vue. Whereas this is the opposite. Everything goes through Vue, gets proxied to the API. So there are 2 different ways around depending on the environment, but it does work.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
And that doesn't matter because it's all in the dev environment, never be in the production environment. Just my opinion.
And then the next piece, you want me to move into the services. Oh, make a new folder.
So service a guide about or Nuxt. Just to create a services directory that has like an API.js file, which just returns an incomplete Axios instance of Axios create.
Okay. So I'm in that new file, that API.js,
and then
I'm going to put in, I'm going to import that Axios that we just installed. And then, okay, cool. And then you have this bit of logic and export default. Okay, nice. I'm with you still. So we've already created a server status endpoint in the server, which then the service is running, it'll access. Okay, cool, nice. So now we have to create a file for that service. So in services, we need to make a server.js.
That's right, yeah. And I try and keep the names
that makes sense.
Similar to the routing. So there'll be a fetch, there'll be a server fetch status endpoint. Right.
On that new server service. Okay, cool. So then we have that there. Okay. All right, that seems good. And then we're going to go, you said to open up the app.vue.
That's right, yeah.
Where does that file live? Oh, I see it. It's just next.
It's in source?
Yeah, it is. The VTour extension is recommended for this file. Let's not right now.
Yeah.
You would? Well, I will. I will in a moment.
That's right now.
Okay, so so we're gonna just template out welcome to our Vue app so that it doesn't say that anymore. And instead we are going to put, so we're just getting rid of this one line right here, right? I'm taking this piece of code and swapping it out for this bit right here.
Yeah, I mean, in essence, we kind of modify that line and add the if to it, and then we add an else afterwards. But I appreciate the guide doesn't really show that.
Oh, yeah.
So what this is doing now is it's the hello world based on whether or not the server's responding.
Cool. Awesome. Perfect. Oh, we have some other things happening too. So then instead of the import hello world from the components, we're going to import the server service from services server. Great. Okay, so I'm going to swap.
Might rename that to backend.
I like it. Okay, gosh, I wish I had installed. I bet that extension would have been helpful right now, wouldn't it? What was that extension called?
I have no idea.
I don't remember either. Fenner. Say that 10 times fast. Sensor services server. Okay.
There's a Vue syntax highlighter. The one.
Yeah.
Apparently I don't have installed.
Okay, and so then components, we're going to add to, in the tutorial you have us adding a little bit after this hello world. So I'm going to do that.
That's right. Yeah.
Fun. What's the way to grab all of the pluses? Is that it? Is that it? No.
You can Command D.
Command D, is that it? Command D. Oh yeah, yes. These are things that, yes, thank you. Great. Thank you very much. All right, so that looks similar-ish to what you have here. Okay. And you're still probably in the client directory at this step. You're right. Oh, no, I'm not. I moved out. So I'm then going to run in my terminal, I'm going to run, what is it, npm run dev? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's it.
Okay. And then I'm going to try and go to browser view of, is it 80, which is down, but it's going to be up once it rebuilds it. It's going to be up soon. Yes, I knew it. Oh, shoot. I knew there was, it was just
forgot a plus.
An extra plus that I didn't grab. Where is she? Ah, there it is. Okay.
Just below. There we go. Yeah.
Save. Okay, and then it hot reloads. Love that. Shoot. Hello world is not
Hello world
defined.
is not defined. You didn't import.
The command shift to do all.
Did you remove the import?
Let's look.
Yes, you did.
I did? Oh, I wasn't supposed to?
You replaced.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're right. I deleted it. Gosh, Lauren. What are you
That's
doing?
fine. You can add this back in.
Yeah.
I'll post it in chat again.
Import hello world, import seller service. Okay, so let's go look
That's it.
over at 8080. Welcome to our Vue app. All right.
Yeah, it should still say the same.
Yep, it does.
Thing. Ah, right. So it will have been so quick you wouldn't have seen it.
Yep.
So what you can do now is, I think you could start Vue by itself by going into the client directory, and then you'll see it just continuously saying connecting and not doing anything.
Oh, really?
Or you could deliver, or you could go change the OK in the status endpoint to a not OK or any other string.
Yeah, I see. Cool. That's awesome. That's great. Okay, I'm glad that worked. That's a really neat idea. So
like in reality, it'd be like if you were like connecting to databases and stuff, you could check all them on the server side, and before you returned an OK.
Okay.
That's the later theoretical later stuff.
Sweet. Okay, so now you need me to install the CSS business.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell me about
the next
Tailwind.
bit is Tailwind's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
If you've not used it before, it's like a low-level CSS framework.
Okay.
So it doesn't quite do what Bootstrap does by giving you every component they think you'll ever need.
Yeah, sure.
It gives you all of the tools to build those components. It gives you some.
Okay.
It's really unopinionated. It's got lots of breakpoint browser windows all the way down to mobile.
Okay.
It's really good.
And then do you want, that sounds awesome. Do you want me to make this post CSS in the main directory?
That's going in the client directory.
Okay. Post CSS config.
Okay. This is Webpack config files. So it's like, where do I
Totally.
put this?
Okay, so then in here, I should now see it post config, and in there you want me to put in some prefixer. Okay, I can do that. All right. And then you say to add the Tailwind as a CSS asset. Okay. So the demo app doesn't create any CSS assets. Instead, okay. So within, do you want me to, should I move into client, by the way? Yeah, I think I should.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
And then from in here, you want me to make a directory. src assets styles. Okay, and then in there you want me to make what was that? It was in client assets styles. Oh no, not logo. In there you want me to create a file called index.css. Cool, yep. Got it. And then back over in the tutorial, you have me pull in those pieces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those at Tailwind things, I'm not sure what they call them.
Yeah.
Libraries?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's call them libraries.
Yeah, sure. And So then edit your main.js file to import the index CSS. Okay. Where, oh, I see main. Okay. Gotcha. And then in the tutorial you have just adding an import line, right? That's it. Yeah. View under that line.
So this breaks a lot of the CSS on the Vue app now.
Oh.
Because one of the things it has, Tailwind CSS uses pre-flight, which is like an extension of normalized CSS.
Okay.
Where it takes all browsers back to like a central, like a starting point for all their CSS. So everything is as in line as it can possibly be from that point.
So in theory,
normalized does it. I think pre-flight's a bit more opinionated.
So some people, for example, would like look right now well, mine's not running. I have it turned off. But if I were, it would be broken and it would look something like this.
Yeah, it would look a bit more ugly, yeah.
So people would be a bit nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll fix it, we swear. Okay, so now you want me to, where did all that go? Okay, install some font awesomes, and we're gonna then include them in the main.js file. Okay.
I used Font Awesome because they've got
I like Font Awesome.
Pictograms or icons. Some of their iconography is like it's made out of more than one icon out of like an icon set. I've tried to reproduce them with Font Awesome icons, and they use layers. And that can be done relatively easily with Font Awesome.
That's great. I don't think I've ever done that with Font Awesome before, so I'm excited too. So. Somewhere it's okay, there we go. I was like, that doesn't look right, but that does. Fabulous. And it's all installed. Oh, whoops, I didn't see this piece right here. I like how in your tutorials, I like the way that you do this, the way that you add the green bit of like where you're adding it. I think that's really nice.
I found out that Prism.js, which I think Dev2 uses, as well as like the new stuff, that will do syntax highlighting as well as diffs -js instead of just JS in your code block.
Yeah.
As your language.
That's super fun.
I like diffs. They always seem a lot more clear to me about what changes you're making to a file. If someone's not familiar with diffs, I think it's still relatively straightforward. Although sometimes, I don't know if it's happened for you, for me, it doesn't apply the green on every line.
That's
like
interesting because it didn't highlight these two as green, if you notice, which is odd.
Yeah, so that's very odd. I'm not sure if it's something to do with the lines, the words or lines that come before it or something.
I don't know. Okay, but we want to go do that over in the code. We want to put it in between what we just added, or underneath import CSS, and then those, we have those sneaky pluses right here. Okay. Double check they're all gone. Okay, cool. So now I think we have everything that you asked me to add in this bit of, I think. Okay. So now we need to create a loading screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So create a new component called loading.view.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just run what you told me to. Within client. No such file or directory. Source. It doesn't have source. It has src.
Oh.
Is that what you want it to be? I must have been
tired when I wrote that.
That's okay. Do you want me to do that? Does that makes?
Yeah, just source.
Within source
components.
Within components, there is components. Yep. So you want to add loading dot view. Okay. And then in there, we're going to, as you say, add the spinner to the full screen translucent overlay. Okay. Love the spinner. Super helpful for users. Nice to look at. Dang it, I wish in that moment it gave me the opportunity to highlight the extension or to install it. Because it just is screaming for wanting it, but that's okay. Okay, so then back over in the tutorial, you say add the loading screen by editing app.view. Okay, I can do that. And then instead of hello world connecting, it's going to be loading. Okay. And then over here, oh, there's a lot of them. Import loading from the components. So that's gonna go, it's hard to see where it goes. It goes after the export or before the export default. So right in between these two. Probably doesn't matter. Cool. And then over in the tutorial, you say to add loading to the hello world. Okay. All right.
That looks about right.
That looks about right. So now my local 8080 is ended because I don't have it running. So let's go over to our code and run it. Uh-oh. What? Oh, that's because I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so back over to here. Let's refresh it. It's building. We're starting. Okay, refresh it. Okay. That seems good. Now the V isn't over to the left.
Saw the loading wheel very briefly.
You did?
Yeah, very briefly.
I saw it just really quickly. Oh yeah, there it was. Okay, fabulous. Great. So to test this, you can modify, oh, okay, that's exactly what you were saying before, is if you want to see what that looks like, yeah, move it to something other than okay. Okay, moving on. We're going to now.
You can change the connection speed as well inside DevTools.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're into the app.view. We are going to add a few pieces here. Okay, so let's go over to here. Return this data is going to return the server, and then also it's going to return error. No, fabulous. And then we're also going to add a catch at the bottom. After the fetch status. Where is that?
So you've got
response.
You got then at the end of the then.
Oh, there it is.
The
then response.
Yeah.
So after
line
this,
37.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that semicolon. Yeah.
Before that semicolon, we're going to enter and we're going to add that, and then we're going to find wherever. Where did the pluses go? They just. Oh, they're there. I see you. Command D, delete, save. There's a problem with your connection, error, .reason. Okay. Okay. So create an error component. Okay, of course, sure. Now, so within components, we need to go add another view file. We need to call that error.view. and then copy and paste this code that you have here into it.
Oh, the directory name wrong again.
Pardon?
I got the directory name wrong again.
You did. Did you call it source?
Yeah. Source.
Full
yeah,
spell.
I called it source again. I don't know what I was doing.
It's okay.
Must have been rushing.
I mean, if I
I
was
reviewed this a few times.
if I was able to make sense of it, that's hopeful. Okay, so I just put it into the Vue file or that error component file, and now we have an error component. But of course, to show it, we need to display it, or we need to load it in. So we'll do that. So let's move over back to our, what was that? Like the app.vue? Is that our main file?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, app.vue. So let's find where we were saying originally the connecting and swap that for, oh God, bad formatting. This is just gonna drive me bonkers. I hope it doesn't ruin it actually. Okay. Wait, where's the error? Oh, there it is. Weird.
At the end of the line.
Weird. Yeah. Okay. I think you had more in your tutorial. Yes, you did. Import error from what we just created from that local file.
Yeah, and you have to give it the component as well.
Yeah. Okay, so that goes in the import list. Okay, did that. And now obviously we need to load. We have the hello world component. We have the error component, or add the error component to that. Ooh. All right, so we've added that and we're good. So the client displays errors sent by the server. Couldn't connect to the server. Okay, so how do we simulate that? To see this working, replace res.json with.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I like that you include that like in each part of your tutorial. You're like, hey, if you want to see this working, check it out over there or do this.
Yeah, it would bug me to add like loading wheel and never see it load because it's local, or server responses and never actually see it work.
Yeah.
So testing would be better.
Yeah. Us and our demo app development, that doesn't seem to be things. No, we should. We absolutely should.
Yeah, I test everything.
Me too. TDD, baby. Okay, so now I need to create a .env file and to include my variables. Now edit your .env file. Where did my .env file go? That's okay. My .env is okay that it's in the outside of the directory or the main directory, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, it should be in the server directory.
Yeah. Okay, so then you have here, you have the Vonage user and the Vonage token.
Pretend user token. Yep.
Is in like this key and secret.
No, it's in JWT token that comes back from the CLI.
The CLI. All right. Do you have that part in here? Are we going to do that together?
We are.
Okay. Cool.
So this is mock. These don't actually exist.
These, obviously.
Yeah, these don't exist.
Yeah.
These aren't real.
No. But do you walk in this tutorial how to get those, or do you just? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, such a good educator. Okay, cool. So now we need to load the environment, edit the server to top file to include the environment when the application starts. Okay, so edit bin. Let's go back to my code. Bin. All right, and then what do we add? Oh, just that .env file. That's all.
That's it. Yep.
Okay, easy enough.
It loads .env on default. Yes, that's right. by default.
Sweet. Okay, so now we need to, first, the environment is the Vonage default conversation ID, default room for the chat. Right, of course. Okay, so now we need to go over to our controllers and edit our server.
Server.js.
Yep, got it. Okay. And then in there, before the okay, we are going to add in that default conversation ID. Cool. I like it. Makes sense. Okay, and so it's pulling that from the .env file that we just imported. And now back over to the tutorial, you say user endpoints for the client authentication. Okay, so now we need to create a user.js in the controller. Okay. File.
Yeah, in part 3 of the series, we're going to add an auth provider.
Oh, sweet, great.
Probably Okta, so users can sign up and log in as their own users, and then access all the rooms. So that's going to be quite cool. This function will be not hard coded by then.
Great. That's awesome. Okay, this is funny. So now we have to go back over to the routes and create a user. Didn't we just delete that? Or not just, but
we deleted users.
Oh, but we're making a
.js.
user.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, and so now I'm giving it some code. Okay. Got it. Okay. Router, okay, or router. And then all obviously we need to do then is we need to tell it to use that. We need to tell our app to use that, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So where would that go? That's got to go into the app dot. Where is our app?
JS file, yeah. And it's just one line.
Right. Just telling it to call that. Where is our app.js? There's a lot of files. Oh, Lauren, come on. You can find it's. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. It's like, and then it's probably going to go, I don't know. Here? Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. It is. All right. So now you tell us in the tutorial to start the application again with npm start. Then you can, and you don't want me to do npm run dev, right?
It should be npm run dev.
I'm sorry.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. This should be npm start.
Oh, okay.
I think, because that's still just going to run the Express application by itself. And then you're going to access localhost 3000 API user session just to see the Express endpoint that's working.
Pulling in the
environment variable.
Session? Or, sorry.
API user session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. Good. I see why that. Okay. All right. Now we get to connect to our conversation API. Fabulous. Let's do it. Bring us home. So we are going to now run some Nexmo stuff in our CLI. So let's go. Oh, we are on our code. The browser window shows us what we are going to run. All right. And so let's end that. Turn that off. And then or no, what?
CLI, we installed the beta CLI, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay, good.
And we set up the Nexmo. I gave it my API key and secret.
Excellent.
Okay. So now we're going to run this. Nexmo app
so
create.
Nexmo app create.
View, and this is, so that's naming, right here, it's naming the application. We're giving it the RTC capability. And then we're setting it an event URL, and we're telling it to save to the private key to a file.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. We have our private key. It's been saved to private key right here. I'm not going to open it, but I just want to see, take a look right there. It's there.
your git ignore doesn't ignore the private key by default, so it would be worth adding it.
Thank you. Let's just add
I made that mistake.
Yeah.
And then change and then regenerated my app keys.
Yeah, you would be mortified by what I've shown on these streams before. Keys, secrets, phone numbers. You know, I'm getting better. Okay, so now in your tutorial, you say that we need to create a conversation. And so that's a part of our CLI as well. Yep. So I'm just going to run nextmo conversation. Oh, I'll pop it, change my view. Conversation, create. And then my display name is going to be general. Riveting.
Yes, this is the room names.
Just as this is this channel that we're creating, like the in Slack. It's the okay.
That's right. Yeah, this would be the equivalent of the channel.
Yeah, general space. Okay. Cool. So we have a conversation. We need to create a user now. So we won't chat between two users yet. We're going to do that eventually, I'm sure. But right now we're just going to create me. But do you want in the here? Do you want XMO user create name my name, or you just want a username?
Yeah. So when you create your environment file earlier on, did you give yourself a username?
My environment file?
Did you leave it as username?
I gave myself my Vonage user as username.
Cool, that's fine. So just in here, put whichever name you want to identify yourself with in the chat. Doesn't need to be username. We're going to change the environment file in a little bit.
Okay. Display name. Oh, display name is. Oh wait, I have an error. Okay, display name, and you want it to be display name, or what is? Does it matter what you put in for the all caps display name part? I forget.
This inside quotes can be like a nicely formatted first name, last name, or just a first name, nickname. I think an email address.
What? An email address?
It can be any. Yeah, I think it can be anything.
That's neat. All right, why don't we just do Lauren_Lee. Okay. So now we have a user created. Great. And now we need to add that user to the, obviously to that conversation, right? That's the next step, boys, with Conversation API. So I'm going to, okay, I'm not going to copy and paste it because I need to kind of like copy and paste stuff from my code. So now we go nextmo member add, and you're going to add the conversation ID is right here. Is it the chat application ID? No. Conversation ID. Oh, here it is. No, wait. Yep, here it is.
Begins with con.
Yep.
Conversation created.
Yep. Thank you. So that goes like that, and then you say action is join, and then the channel that I want to join is, you go type app. And then the user ID.
That's it, yep.
And then last but not least, we need to tell it who we want to join. And that was just generated right here, and it starts with user, everybody. Okay, cool. Let's run it. All right, the member's been added.
Excellent.
Fabulous. All right, now not lastly, but we need to generate a user token. So that.
Yes. So this one's a bit longer.
Yeah. Okay. Let's use the powers of copy and paste then. So here let's grab. Okay, so I'm gonna grab. Kind of don't know how to format my question, but let's just go along with it. So next mode JWT : generate. private key that, and then sub, the username was the one that I created, Lauren_Lee.
Yeah,
okay.
The subject, the key's subject, yeah.
Okay, and then the expiration, I'm going to copy and paste this again, because that one I can just take from you, right?
Yeah, that's fine. It's 24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours, and then the paths. Okay, cool. So this is quite a long thing to enter in, and then at the end, I'm gonna put in my application ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is the first key you generated. So the user
not the
will have access
ID. Yep, that's right. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, not the conversation ID. The user has access to the app, but we've only invited them to the conversation, or they've only joined the conversation at this point. They could technically request a list of conversations.
So we got that JWT. I'm going to now take that and move it to the M file. Is that right?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, and then and that's the token. That's this piece that was kind of fake. So let's delete that and copy and paste what we just generated in there instead. Really long. Vonage user. Do I need to change that?
Yeah. So now you change that to the username that you used creating your Vonage app user.
Which I made Lauren Lee, right? No.
Lauren Lee was your display name.
Yep, that's right.
I think your name was Lauren?
I don't remember. I think it was.
Lowercase?
Lowercase Lauren, I think.
I mean, it was ages ago.
It was years ago, truly. Okay, so then do you need me to put my conversation ID here also? I bet that's the next step, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So I won't.
That's for the general.
I won't skip ahead. Or should I? Should I put that in there? Conversation.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to tell you to do.
Okay, cool.
But, it is telling you to do that. So
it is.
With the now add.env and add edit.env and add the credentials.
Okay, good. It does. You're right. So fabulous. So I've done that. Now back to your tutorial. You say create a service for the user session. Okay. Whew. So back into the client directory. I can do that. And then we're going to, look, you're back to using source.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Get it right now.
Look at that. Services. That's so funny.
This was a fresh day by the time I started on this section of the code.
Okay, so now we have that in services, and we have this new one, and it's the user. Okay, so it's blank, and we are going to now add this to fetch the session. Let's show you all what that looks like. Fantastic. Okay, so now in the tutorial you have us install the Nexmo client, and you do that from within client. That's right.
This is the client SDK. Yep.
I can do that for you. And we are going to create a Vonage component. Cool. And that's going to go in, obviously, our components, following that conventionality. I don't know if that's the right word for that. Vonage.view. Okay. Save that just in case. And then now we need to add in, you have a lot of different things happening in this where we're pulling. Okay, cool. That's a big file. Okay. Copy and paste this. Okay. And then over here, we have a Vonage.view file. Fantastic. Interestingly,
so that Vonage.view
client is taking a moment for some reason. I don't know. Could be my connection. Sorry, you were saying about the Vonage view component we just created?
Client?
Oh, my install. For some reason, it's taking a moment. I'm not sure why.
Oh, Okay, yeah.
I'm sure it'll.
So that Vonage view file is basically the app view file again, and then it's like a separate level of sort of separating the concerns. The app.view file is responsible for connecting to the backend server, which is going to do some stuff later.
Okay. Yeah.
Vonage component, Vonage.view. Yes. So everything beyond that would then be Vonage.
Okay.
At that app level, there's no like Vonage keys, user stuff in memory until it loads Vonage.view.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So then now we're going to replace here. We're going to replace this hello world, right?
Hello world.
Okay. So we want to put in the Vonage bit. And that has a... Okay. Great. And then we also need to import Vonage, obviously, as a component, and then pull it into the actual app. So we get rid of, do you want to get rid of the hello world? Yeah.
About the file?
Yeah, this import hello world, right?
Yeah, I think you still need the hello world file.
Oh.
Because I think Vonage.view is still using that file.
Okay. Oh, shoot. What's happening? Oh, highlighting. Okay, so...
Sorry. Inside you can get rid of the hello world import now.
Yeah, line 14, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. But I was just clarifying, you still need the file in the directory.
Oh, sure. I see what you're saying. But here, okay, yeah. And then I can just continue what I'm doing is like swapping out these, like trading them for each other. Okay, cool.
That's it.
Great. So, looks like things are moving along for the client.
It's...
What?
Anything to do with Twitch?
I don't know. Okay, so let's look at your, it's still working its way. It added clients, so we're okay. So we now need to run dev. Yeah, right? I think.
After you only reach hello world if your application is successfully connected to the Vonage server and successfully connected to the server, got an OK status, and then requested the user session environment variable, and then used that token to connect to the Conversation API. So after it's done all those things, you'll get hello world. All of that will be really quick, so you'll barely see it.
Okay. Okay. So I'm saying, do you want me to run that here?
npm run dev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to move out. Okay, I'll just have this open. Broken. But then, okay, it's building. I'm taking, Uh-oh. Chat window is defined. Chat window component has been registered but not used. Hello world is defined but not used.
What, in the Vonage view file?
Yeah. In the Vonage view file. So
the Vonage view file should just have...
You have hello world. Let's go back.
Hello world.
The code.
So in the components object, export default. So here.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't be there. That should be hello world.
Sorry, where? Here?
Here. Can you see my cursor?
I can't see your cursor, but it looks like you're down below. Oh yeah, I see. Okay. So this should be what?
That should be hello world.
Oh, okay. Not chat window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not me. And then...
Oh, cool. Well, look.
Hello world is defined whenever... So yeah,
cool.
hello world is defined whenever you use. Chat window is not defined, and then the chat window component has been registered but not used. So yes, I think that is the only issue.
Cool. So then if the 8080 has the chat service error, which is correct, that's what we want it to look like, right? Or no? Doesn't look like how you have it in yours.
Yeah, you shouldn't get that.
We shouldn't get
error. You should get hello world, right? Because it should be connecting successfully.
Yeah.
Did you change the server endpoint to return anything?
I'm not sure.
So chat service error is that not what we defined? So chat service error comes from the error handler inside Vonage.Vue.
That comes from Vantage.Vue. Yeah, the chat service error here.
Yeah, so new client login with the token. Token comes back from the response data, which is the user service fetch session. Creates a new client login. So it should only be doing that. So you can, I think, if I did set it up. Yeah, so there's an invisible paragraph in the error window.
Okay.
It should have the outputted error. So if you inspect that window and then...
Okay, so now I'm over in my browser.
it won't be in the console, it'll be in the elements.
Yes. Okay, so you said there's a invisible, what?
Paragraph.
A P. Chat service error. I see that.
Underneath the title.
We can't see the browser. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay, so thank you, Aaron. So
scroll past all the SVG.
Yes,
stuff.
and past the SVGs. Past the SVGs, I have the H1.
Oh, there you go. So you got P class invisible. It's got nothing in it.
No, it doesn't.
We'll have to console log it.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So back in the error or in Vonage? Probably Vonage.
Yeah, in Vonage Vue, there's an error handler. So in there, you can just add a console log.
Within the, at line 43,
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you want to see in there? You want it to be error?
Yeah.
All right.
And I'll go into
Now we can't see our editor. I'm so sorry. I'm so in it that I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thanks for your kind monkey face also. Okay, but now we have to go back to the browser because we need to see what just logged out. Okay. So user error not found.
User not found.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That suggests.
Yeah.
Maybe the JSON Web Token wasn't copied fully.
Maybe.
It's usually the most common.
Yeah, that feels like really
issue I found while going through this to myself.
Yeah. Okay, so our env file. Remember, we weren't 100% confident that that's what we called it.
True. I see.
But it's going to be hard for me to go back up and find it, right? Because it's
especially with all the webpack stuff.
So how do we? Is there a way to easily see?
Can you use this from the dashboard? I don't think I've ever used it for that.
Well, Wait, I can look at my old, what I ran, and we could see it that way. Yeah, oh look, user, create, name, Lauren. So is that the part, this is what I should have grabbed, not the display name?
No, it should have been.
Yeah, so
yeah, it definitely should have been Lauren.
Okay, so then the conversation ID. Oh, look. There was a missing C right there. It was an O, it just started with O-N. Do you think that's it? I mean, that definitely is a part of it.
Yeah, that may be it.
Let's just
give it a go.
I mean, why not? Why not take a chance? Why not do a crazy dance? Now that's a different film song that you definitely won't get if you didn't get Mean Girls. But that's okay.
Is it Mean Girls 2?
It's not Mean Girls 2. It's actually, I feel as though it might be a rival of Lindsay Lohan's film, Hilary Duff. Okay, so let's see. Let's run it. Dang it. All right, well, at the very least, we know that that was needed to happen. That update needed to happen. But all right, so now it still says user error not found. Description, yeah. Nextmo API error.
So okay, so let's go through the commands that you ran.
Yeah, okay.
Again.
Okay.
So we won't redo the app, the create app. We shouldn't need to redo the create conversation. Let's just check that one.
This JWT, this one's a really...
So in sub, you put the display name rather than username.
Oh.
So that's definitely it.
So can I rerun this?
So let's change that to lowercase Lauren.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the way to go through your terminal quickly? Is it shift?
Option left, I think.
No, command. Oh, there we go. That worked.
So.
Okay, so shoot, I'm sorry, everyone. Well, I mean, I'm glad I made a mistake because it is interesting to go through it. But okay, so Lauren is now. Okay, so command and then
that's
so
right.
This feels like it's right, maybe. So now we have to run that. Well, give me a new JWT. So now this JWT needs to be copy and pasted into the end file, right?
That's right, yeah.
Hold on.
So that just represents your claim to the access on the server.
Okay. All right.
There's a way to pipe it to like PV copy or something. I never did
you're right. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so here. Okay. Save. Okay, PB copy after the command. You're so right. That's it. Okay, thank you. All right, here we go.
I think that's why our output for the JWT has no, it's just a plain output.
Yeah.
It's just a JWT.
Yeah. Why not do a crazy dance? Why not take a crazy chance? It's the Hilary Duff, or Lizzie McGuire movie, in case you were curious. Just some fun factoids. All right. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's see. Please, please, please. Woohoo! Yes. That's great. Ooh, well did he? Ooh. Okay, that's phenomenal. All right, let's get back to the tutorial. And I'm taking you overtime. Are you exhausted? Do you need to head out? Do you want me to do this?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
It's much later for him than it is for me, folks. So let's be appreciative.
It's not bedtime yet.
Okay. Okay, so then we're going to create a bunch of chat view components, and we're going to do that over in our code.
So the At the moment, the Vonage component contains the in-memory, the JWT. So now when we call like some of like the SDK methods, like we can register listeners to look for conversation text events and member join events and things like that.
Yeah.
We are already connected, so we can do that inside other components now.
So we don't need to worry about that business anymore, essentially.
Yeah, the rest of it is relatively straightforward from here.
Great.
The components are quite big. I didn't want to really go into creating the chat components from here, so you get a lot of copy paste from this point.
Okay, that's okay. Follow along, everyone.
Plus, the article was getting pretty long by now.
Yeah, no, totally. And you're like, wait, I'm already making this a series. Like, should this be a series too? Chat window, events,
series on just
chat window, footer, chat window, not widow. Okay, popping that in, and then we need to do events. It might take a little, it might take a lot. So why not? Why not? Okay, this is the events, I think. Yeah. Events, that's the footer. This is the events. Cool. And then last but not least, the footer. Okay. Footer. Cool. So now I was just grabbing all of that from the tutorial. And now we get to, we need to edit, obviously, Vonage.view because now we're pulling things in differently. All right. So instead of hello world, actually, hadn't we changed that anyway? Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. So we're going to change this.
We did in the app.
You're right.
.view,
yeah.
And then we,
yeah. So here we're going to take this and we're going to change it to that. That looks nice. And then we're going to also obviously pull in our chat window. Here, we're going to swap this out for that. Okay. Save. And then obviously we need to get rid of this dude. Window, chat window.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so now I'm going to start up my server again, or start everything up and pop over, show everyone the browser. Oh no, I got an error. Missing script dev. Oh, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. I was just in my client. Okay, ready? Here it goes.
That's the only problem with doing something like two apps.
I know.
Consecutive.
I know.
Concurrently making two apps.
Yeah, concurrently. I'm using concurrently.
I like that word.
I do too. I really do.
The library kind of expanded my vocabulary.
Right. Yeah. Okay, it's still building Webpack, blah, blah, blah. So you can see, 100%. And come on. Oh, shoot, Magoot. We have an error and it says velse direct chat window events view. Velse directories require being preceded by the element which is vf or velse if directive. Oh, okay. Chat window event. Maybe I just
in chat window, does it say?
Chat window events.
In chat window events.
It's saying line 23, I think. So in line 20.
Oh. Yeah. So what's that? So this is don't think. So that should be, so if events, okay, so loading an error, they should be inside a template.
A template.
Themselves. So they should be inside the template.
Oh. So should I move the line 23 to...
So line 22 and 23,
okay.
They should both be inside a template element.
Should I move it up into under 20 then? Do you see where my cursor is? Oh,
okay. They'll be in their own template.
Okay. So do I just need to add a new div or a new template?
Yes.
Okay.
I think this it got refactored to add error handling in.
Okay.
At this point. And then so the template you've just added.
Now it's saying v else.
Yeah, you'll still get loads of errors now. But the template you've just added, that should have a v else.
Okay, so I'm over in the code. I do. It has a v else.
No, so just here on line 22, that should have a v else.
Are we both looking at the same? We're looking at the chat window events page.
Yeah. Okay. That template
I don't see
tag should definitely have.
Okay, so sorry. So this template should add a v else.
Yes.
Like that.
And then change the v else to in the loading tag. To be if. Yeah.
And then the next one should be
inside the equals. Quotes.
Wait, should the
so it should be
should line 24 it should be v else if?
No. Line 24 should be v else. Line 23 should be v if, and then it should be an equals with open and closing double quotes.
Like that?
That's it. And inside there, just do just double check. Should be an exclamation mark error. So if no errors, loading, else, error.
Okay.
That make sense?
It does. And it looks like it worked. Made the browser looks good. Okay. Neat. Cool. So Lauren Lee has joined the general channel. Fantastic.
It looks like there's an issue with Tailwind here because the V shouldn't
be that big.
Yeah, the V shouldn't be there anymore.
Oh, really?
I think we should have.
Yeah. Oh, look at your example in the browser. You don't have that there.
Yeah, if you go to your app.vue file.
Yeah, let's do it. The app.vue is right here. Okay. I have the Vue logo still.
Remove the... Yeah, so let's remove that.
Okay.
And then in main.js, you've got asset styles index.
Yeah.
And in styles index.cs, you've definitely got Tailwind components and utilities. So it is bringing in, because it did.
Well, if you look at my browser, it looks, or the stream, I feel like it looks similar to what you have. Kind of. No, not really. Can I message? No. Oh, yeah. Hi, Lauren.
Yeah.
Nice. But that's still, it's not, you're not happy with how it looks because it's not pulling in something.
Yeah. It definitely looks like Tailwind is broken. So let's look at the app.vue file.
Okay.
And I think...
Did I do a bad job of pulling something over at one point?
Request service, status in the client. I think I've missed documenting.
Pulling in a Tailwind.
Removing the existing styling.
Okay.
But it's weird. Adding in Tailwind and if it was working, which it
Yeah.
should be, you should be left. It should be the image should have been left aligned. Should have lost some of the typography editing, like H1s, things like that,
Right.
because that all gets reset.
So in the tutorial, you say remove the styling by editing the app.view and getting rid of this stuff that's down here. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah. So yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Code.
Maybe that's causing the other stuff to not be applied. So
oh no! Now it's really. Now I've gotten.
Now
now
really
I've
bad,
really done it. Now it just is cool. I mean, shoot, Magoot.
Can we see your browser?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can. Here's the browser. So, okay.
So yeah, that's weird that Tailwind's not. So we've definitely imported the asset. We've definitely added the Tailwind bits to index.cs.
Did we?
And we.
Let's look at the code that we have. This, we've got the assets.
It's in the right directory.
We've got the index.cs.
Asset styles. Yep.
Okay. We've got all the components. Okay, so
it didn't complain about missing auto prefix, did it?
When would it have done that?
So we npm installed Tailwind. I wonder if that has a dependency on auto prefixer anyway.
Okay.
You can just look. Daring to look in your package lock JSON.
Exciting.
Yeah, so it's a prerequisite of that Tailwind CSS library anyway, so it should be okay to require it in your post CSS config.
Right.
It's almost like, there we go. So post CSS config, you've named it post config.js.
Oh, this file right here.
So you need to rename that. Yeah, you need to rename that to post CSS config.js.
I'm sorry. All right, post.
It's okay.
.css.config.
No, post CSS.
What? Oh, I know. No dot. Everybody, no dot. I can't rename it. Okay. All right. There it is. Okay. So shall we?
There we go.
Visit the browser. And
yeah, let's do it.
Here she.
Can we see it this time?
Yes, you have it. It's right. Logging us in. Oh no, it didn't work. Maybe let's restart our. Let's restart our. Let's just like see what happens. Let's just redo that and then go over here.
Oh yeah, you will actually need to stop it and start it again because it's a config.
So
it's Webpack config. Yeah.
Here we go. Still configuring. 40% building. Come on. Internet, don't die on me now.
Got some changes to do to my tutorial now.
Well, and that's the fun of this too. And then now you've got a curious audience, and when you release, post 2, we'll have some readers. I think we will. Okay, that looks. Hey, look at that.
There you go. That's prettier.
Beautiful. Amazing.
So it uses Flexbox to stick the footer at the bottom, the header at the top.
Lovely.
And have a auto resizing overflow with vertical scroll middle.
Okay.
So that's
Lovely.
relatively straightforward use of Flexbook.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, verbal high five, or virtual high five. Now that's left to do is delete that hello world view file. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And there's the part 2, which I am going to be working on after we finish our hack days.
Yeah.
Will be to make it look like the last screenshot in the doc. So you end up with something like that.
It looks like this now, but then you want it to get it to, oh wow, look at all this that we did. Oh, that's nice how you end your tutorial by saying, congrats, look at what you just achieved. That's nice. And then part 2, infinite scrolling, sticky scroll, ping to bottom, unread mess. Oh wow, a lot of things. And it's gonna look like that. Nice. Ooh, and a typing. Amazing. Very cool. Wow.
Part 3 will be auth, and then part 4 will be channels. Having channels to the side.
More than general.
Channels. Okay. Yeah. So it's gonna over let's say 8 parts that we want to do. Then you're gonna get things like webhooks, sharing code snippets, sharing files using like Amazon S3 the same way that Slack does. So yeah, it's quite exciting.
That is very exciting. Well, thank you for joining me on this journey today, Luke, and forever being patient with my errors, but also kind of explaining all the pieces of it, and also what we can look forward to in the future. Thank you, everyone, who joined and stayed with us for that. So yeah, let's celebrate for achieving that. That's a great tutorial, and I'm excited to see where it continues on to. But that is a wrap on today, and you go get some sleep and enjoy the rest of your hack week at Vonage.
Thank you very much. It's been really fun.
Yay. I will talk to you soon. Thank you. And goodbye, everybody in the chat. Thanks for joining and following along. Ta-ta. Okay.